my biggest vinyl that I've ever made, like ever, and it's my husband to go on his van. Those of you that follow me on TikTok will know he's a veteran, as is his dad. So obviously Remembrance Sunday, or Veterans Day as I think it's called elsewhere, is obviously quite a big part of our lives, and it means a lot. I mean, I think he's planning on Sunday, obviously because we're in lockdown now, on playing the last post on our front drive, so our poor neighbours. Anyway, the vinyl is from MDP. I actually quite like this one. It's just the glitter one that's a bit of a faff. My mat is a real like one from Amazon. My tools are just cheap ones off Amazon. I think they were £14 for the set, and they're absolutely amazing. And yeah, so I've used the big mat. I've never used the big mat before, so I was quite excited. I'm actually just looking at it wondering where on earth I'm going to start, but never mind. I think if we go from left to right we might be in good shape, so bear with me. Oh god. And yes, I am wearing this jumper again. I know I wore this in the other video. It's actually my favourite and warmest jumper, and it's pretty Baltic in England at the minute, so it has been washed. Sort of hit the age where I recycle my look. Oh dear me. It's coming off really nicely actually. This is a proper, this is the first time I've actually used the vinyl from MDP for a big project. I've used it for lots of little projects, but nothing quite this size. Was that going to be awkward? It almost was awkward, and we managed to save it. Keep going. Oh my god. I'm actually quite nervous doing this. Even though I'm actually pre-recording, I feel like I've got the pressure of people watching me. Right, there we go. I'll sit those teas down in a minute. Oh my god. It's actually coming being a lot easier than I actually thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an absolute ball ache, but it's not. Just in smaller form, it's a ball ache. The design that I'm using is actually one I've made myself, but it was quite easy to do. I googled, oh no, man down. I googled the silhouettes of military figures, and obviously I wanted to include modern figures as well, so I managed to get quite a few really good ones just on a Google image search, and I made sure they were stock photos, so I'm not infringing on anybody's rights. And what I did was I sort of lined them all up. Oh my god, there's so much vinyl. I lined them all up next to each other, and then I took you can create shapes in the design space on the Cricut. So I took rectangles and sort of put them underneath, so they're all just one big silhouette. Join them all up together. Why is that sticking there? I think we're nearly there. It's so sticky though. I will say that about the MDP stuff. It's so sticky. Right, that was one big ball, which I'm going to save because I think it's just cost effective to keep hold of your vinyl to stick your bits on. So I'm going to stick that there. I think I'm going to start this corner. Oh, where are my tweezers? Poke that off there. That's the dog in the background, in case anybody was wondering. She's a very noisy sleeper. She is an English bulldog. This is coming off really nicely, actually. See, I made this in a smaller version, which is on the TikTok, in white for my car. And I don't know what it was, whether it was a vinyl fail or whether it was my fail. But for some reason it just wouldn't stick to my car window, and I lost my temper with it and left it on with the transfer tape intact, and then in the morning it fell off because it rained. So I will be reproducing it again. There we go. This is so nice to weed. I have to say the MDP vinyl is really, really nice to work with. The only thing I won't recommend is their vinyl. Their vinyl? This is their vinyl. Their glitter. It's bloody awful. I tried it in the glitter vinyl setting. The iron-on setting ended up being the best one, but it was still an absolute pig to weed. It just seems to just stick to itself and everything else. Keep going. So I think I'm going to save you a bit of heartache and a bit of faffing about, and I'm going to speed you up. So that's now all done, and obviously now we've got to start putting it together properly. So we'll start by cutting these off. Makes it a lot easier to do these individually than it does all together. Just for these little fiddly ones, obviously. The transfer tape that I'm using, I also got from MDP, and it's absolutely fantastic, to be fair. I mean, I reuse my strips, so I tend to like to only use one piece per project. I try to anyway, except for obviously if it's vinyl that's going out as it is to say go on a car, then obviously it's all new stuff, and then you have fresh stuff on the top, so it's still sticky. But when it comes to like say for instance like on my bottles, that was the same bit of tape out for the whole thing. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Oh. And just put that there. I think it's D tape. Yeah, D tape application tape. I think it was about £3 for that roll, so really good value. Well, it's not sticking, so when I want it to do something that I've just said it does, it won't do it. Right, so start by, once again, these poppies, these are from the Cricut Access. I say a hell of a lot. They're from the Cricut Access images. And they're literally, they did have stalks, and I just deleted them. Because obviously for this project we don't want the stalks to go with my design. I mean, obviously if you design something differently that requires stalks, leave them on by all means. So just do that quickly. Onto the red. You see what I mean? I'm using the same little bit and it's doing the job. Oh, spoke too soon. Oh no, here we go. So once again, nearly done. This is my problem. I leave everything, so then I don't know where I'm at. Oh, now it wants to stick to it and doesn't want to come off. Get another one. Now I am going to see if I can be a bit cheeky, obviously because it's quite a thin piece and I use less of it than I thought I was going to have to, and see if I can do this with the poppies. Now you can't see this, but I've got my computer in front of me and I've got the design up so I can see where everything goes. So I'm just going to put them there. I'm going to see if I can get this whole poppy off. A bit naughty. See if we can do it like that. And yes, we can. The first one, according to my design, is quite close to the sun. Put that there, rub it down. See, now it's going to be a little bit unwilling, I think, to come off. No, only a little bit unwilling. There we go, there's that one. So then the next one is the purple. If you don't know, the purple poppies are for the animals that fought during the war. I think there is actually lots of other different coloured poppies for different things. I think earlier on this year they introduced the blue poppy for, I think it's the NHS workers. But I'm not sure, it's sort of a bit muddled, but the one thing I can tell you for definite was that the purple is for the animals. So this one I'm placing a little bit further in. There we go. Oh, it's not sticking. There we go. See, and then this last red one for this side goes on this chap's, near this chap's head. So there's that one, and so that's the dog coming back in. They've been up the garden, and there's that side. So I'm quite happy with that. Go for the next side. Let's move my giant pile of vinyl that needs to go in the bin. But once again, I'm a bit of a git for just leaving my stuff everywhere. Excuse my hand, it's decided it wants to start curling. There we go. See, you can cheat when it starts losing its stickiness a little bit. Just slide your nail under it and help it along. And it usually comes quite nicely. Oh. So there we go. If anybody would actually like this design itself, I'm quite happy to see if I can put a link in the comments to it, see if I can add it to the access. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. I've been making t-shirts and vinyls for years, but I've never actually used a Cricut to do it, so this is all sort of new to me how that works. And while I'm here, I'm going to plug my TikTok account, which I recently went viral with one of my tips, which I am also going to include. I'm just waiting for some resin, because I don't just do vinyls. I'm waiting for my resin to come, which I've ordered from Germany, and I plan to do a little bit of a business hack video. Because not only is this my business, I also run my husband's business. He's a DJ, and I do all his sort of PR and that, and I'm very good at saving money. That's how I started doing the signs and the t-shirts, was for him. Before that, we went to a very fantastic place, and I will big them up because they are absolutely amazing, called MB Signs in Glenfield in Leicester. Bless them. We literally got a last minute gig. We weren't going to work New Year's Eve, and we'd literally got a last minute gig, and the t-shirts that we'd got, we were ready to do some new ones, and I hadn't made any new ones, so I hadn't ordered everything. We thought we'd finish working for the year, and somebody booked us in last minute for New Year's Eve, and they literally made us these shirts on New Year's Eve. Bless them. They're absolutely fantastic. Honestly, can't praise them enough. So if you're in Leicester and you want a sign making or a t-shirt or vinyl or anything, go to MB Signs in Glenfield. They're incredible. Oh, it doesn't want to stick. Right, so there we go. There's that. Now, to be honest, I've not entirely thought ahead here. I am going to save this bit though, because it's still quite sticky. I've got lots of stuff to do today. Got lots of orders to finish. So now it comes to applying the last bit of this. It's obviously going to help it stick to my husband's van. So hopefully this will work. Could have perhaps done with a bigger sheet, but never mind. It is what it is. We will just go with it and hope it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start that there. And I'm going to go very slowly. Very, very, very slowly. I hope I've got no dog hair on it. Clusters with pets. Tell me in your comments. How do you not get the dog hair on everything? Oh, look, I've done it at an angle like an idiot now. We'll sort it. I mean, I've got my craft set space, which they go nowhere near, but for the purpose of recording this video, I've done it at my desk. Because there's actually somewhere to put my phone other than on top of a shelf. You know, how do you stop your pets from getting hair everywhere? Oh no, look. Oh, it's going horribly wrong. See if we can lift that up. Yeah. There we go. It's only for my husband, so he won't mind too much. There's that bit. Right, let's do the bottom bit. I mean, I'm nowhere near an expert, so if anybody's got any tips that for me, I'm more than happy to receive. Oh no, look. Stay there. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Why does it think you can do something 100 times when nobody's watching and it goes perfect? The moment you do it and somebody's watching, you can't do it. See, I'm like that with parallel parking. I can do it when I'm on my own and there's nobody else about. And nobody to witness how amazingly I parallel parked. But the moment I've either got someone in the car with me or there's somebody in the street or a car waiting, I can't do it. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen those pictures on Facebook of the horrendous parking. That is me. There we go. Oh. Now I'm just going to go over it with my mini squeegee. I haven't got a big one. I keep being told I need a big one, but to be honest with you, I don't use it all that much. I only sort of use it for for these sort of vinyls, because obviously they're going to new homes and whatnot normally. Just to make sure that it is extra stuck to that transfer tape. And look, we've got no elbows. I mean, if I'm doing stuff for me, or just working on my own, I've just spotted a bit I haven't weeded, which is just there. So I will have to weed it off the van and hope he doesn't notice. So there we go. That is a giant thing. So once again, I'm going to see about if I can get the pattern onto the design space in Cricut for everybody. Please like and share and comment. Please comment if I've done anything wrong. If you've got any tips for me, I'd really appreciate them. So hopefully there'll be nothing nasty in the comments. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. I'm not very good at talking. I mean, I know I sound like I am, but I'm really not. Also follow me on TikTok as @LilybugTreasures, or one hashtag. And with lots of videos. I also do resin as well, like I said, but unfortunately at the minute I haven't got any in, so I'll be doing that. Well, anyway, thank you very much, and hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon.